Buffalo police officer Cedric Littlejohn smirked at our camera, strutting into city court last month, answering to allegations of assault filed against him.
By the time that they got finished with me, I was left in a puddle of blood.
Derek Anderson says he was punched at least twice by Littlejohn while he was off duty, working security at the old Sinful nightclub in January 2013, as recorded by the club's surveillance cameras. Anderson did not want his face on camera, fearing retribution from Buffalo police.
He wasn't supposed to touch me at all, period. The only way that he was supposed to touch me physically is if I was being detained or if I was being arrested. None of that was happening.
It's what Littlejohn was wearing that had Anderson anxious from the start. A hat with Buffalo Police insignia and a coat that said Buffalo Police.
Did you think he was actually on duty working in his official capacity?
Yes, and if he wasn't on duty, he definitely wanted to intimidate people for them to believe that he was on duty.
Littlejohn admits to wearing department-issued clothing while he was off duty, a violation of department rules. Quote, "Patrons treat us differently than they would treat security. We have more authority," he said in on-the-record testimony obtained by 7 Eyewitness News.
They probably use their authority a little bit too much. Shatanya
Garrison was outside the club when Anderson says he was assaulted. She's one of 3 eyewitnesses who've come forward saying Littlejohn was the aggressor.
It was very shocking to see that people, Buffalo police in particular, to see them, hurting someone.
Now, through court documents, we've learned Littlejohn was charged with departmental violations in connection to this alleged assault by the force's Internal Affairs Bureau. It's unclear if he was ever disciplined.
If they would have nipped my situation in the butt from the jump, whatever happened with the other guy on Riley, that would have never happened.
The other guy is John Case, who claims he was also assaulted by Littlejohn, also while he was off duty last year at Michigan and Riley, in what amounts to a case of road rage.
Stepped out of the truck and I was standing right here. He grabbed me by the throat and slammed me straight back.
Littlejohn is also facing a civil lawsuit in connection to that case, which is what brought him to city court when we tried to speak with him.
Officer Littlejohn, I'm wondering, you're representing yourself. How do you defend yourself in your actions against Derek Anderson and John Case? What do you want to say? You're just going to push me out of the way?
A little push was used, Littlejohn told attorneys, as he was escorting Derek Anderson out of the club. Under oath, he said, "Anderson turned around, faced me like he was going to hit me." "Okay, did he hit you?" questioned Anderson's attorney. "I didn't give him a chance to hit me," Littlejohn said.
Were you ever going to punch Littlejohn?
I would never assault a Buffalo police officer, ever.
Littlejohn claims he was threatened and was defending himself after Anderson said, "I'm going to knock you the blank out if he was touched again."
No, that's not the truth.
Now, when you turned around in the video, because we see you turning around.
Yes.
What was going through your mind at that instant?
I didn't want to have my back towards him because I didn't want him to attack me from behind. But by me going out of the door, that was me trying to defuse the situation.
This guy wasn't a threat to security or the Buffalo police. I think it was excessive force.
Despite these claims, Littlejohn has not been charged with a crime and is still on the job. In fact, according to the Empire Center, a nonprofit state government watchdog, last year Littlejohn collected a taxpayer-funded salary of more than $120,000, leaving Anderson to question why.
We got to be worried about, calling the police because Littlejohn is still working and he might pull up to my house. So, it's scary.
Anderson's attorney has questioned in court documents why Littlejohn was never arrested for assault. The officer denies any assault, however. We also tried asking the city questions about this, considering it's named in one of these lawsuits. The city spokesman refused to comment, citing pending litigation. Ed Ranch, 7 Eyewitness News.